the 1980s, the speed limit was raised from 55 miles per hour to 65 miles per hour for all traffic. And then 12 years ago, Idaho hit the gas. So did I remember this. In 2014, lawmakers raised the speed limit on much of Interstate 84 and other rural interstates from 75 to 80 miles an hour. But there was one catch. If you were behind the wheel of an 80,000-pound semi, you're still stuck at 70. And if you were a car driver, you were reminded if you got stuck behind that, or if you saw the variable speed limit every time you looked beneath an interstate speed limit sign. Well, that is until today. It's July 1st, which means truck drivers can now go 80. So what did that look like for ITD crews today? And will truck drivers speed up or cruise at their own pace? Early this morning, Idaho Transportation Department crews across the state made sure every one of these signs disappeared on the very same day.
ITD actually coordinated across the state to have crews hit every part of the state highway system that had the variable speed limit on it, to have them all come down this morning.
Commercial trucks are now allowed to travel up to 80 miles an hour on Idaho interstates, matching the posted speed limit for cars. A small change that doesn't come with any new signs or costs.
It's not actually costing ITD anything other than some manpower.
So these signs, they're no longer needed, and they don't go to waste. That sheet metal heads back to ITD's sign shop in Garden City.
We're going to collect the sheet metal and we're going to bring it back there, and then they'll reuse it. And that happens to any sign, right? We try to be very conscientious with taxpayer dollars, and nobody wants to buy new sheet metal all the time.
While the law changed overnight, life behind the wheel does not. For drivers like Nishi,
I've been a truck driver for over 3 years.
Many trucking companies electronically limit or govern their trucks well below 80.
My company is a governor at 65, so I don't have a choice.
And for Preston, who's been doing this for
about 10 and a half years.
His truck is also governed, topping out at 68 miles per hour.
I feel like it'll be another day, but I also feel like maybe the owner-operators will enjoy that a little bit because they're not governed.
Now, not because of Idaho law, but because of company policy and insurance.
Insurance companies don't want a 80,000-pound vehicle going 75 and not being able to stop.
80, it's okay, but 70, I would prefer 70 because 80 is kind of, when you go down a hill, controlling the truck, it's like, especially when you're heavy, it's tough.
I think the companies will still keep them at 65, 68, maybe 70 if you're lucky.
Which means drivers shouldn't expect every semi to suddenly start cruising at 80 miles per hour. Some will, but many won't. And that's exactly why ITD says paying attention still matters.
Some truck drivers are still going to go 70, and let's be honest, some normal drivers are still just going to go below the speed limit. And so we're hopeful that this is going to reduce the different people going different speeds. We still need to be engaged drivers, we still need to pay attention, and we still need to go with the flow of traffic and keep an eye out for those slower drivers. Okay, so those truck speed limit signs may be coming down, but the advice isn't changing. Whether you are driving 65, 70, or 80, ITD says the safest speed on the interstate is the one that leaves you paying attention to everyone around you.